Hey Pisces. Hey, welcome to your reading. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I have a couple messages that are coming through and a little bit of preparations coming through for your reading in terms of the theme that we're gonna dive into in just a moment. Yeah, I feel like it's interesting because I know the Pisces new moon is coming up soon as of when I'm recording this, which is a couple days before. So I'm really interested to see if any of this overlaps for you, any of this message overlaps with the upcoming new moon, because it feels like it might for a couple of you. I'm hearing that really like strongly. It's coming through pretty loud. Okay. The other thing I'll mention, you may notice my background's a little different. I haven't officially moved yet. Like I'm moving this Friday, so I just changed my desk orientation so that way y'all didn't have to see all the boxes of my move. So, but that's happening on Friday. So, wish me luck. Yeah, especially after these Los Angeles wildfires. So I'm going through a lot myself, but, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. I did have a specific message come through right before this. So Spirit is showing me the symbol of the Celtic symbol of the triple spiral. Yep, so they're showing that to me right now. If you are someone who's wearing it as a necklace, this message is for you. Or any sort of jewelry I'm hearing. Additionally, if that's something that's been coming up a lot for you right now, this is also confirmation this is your reading. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I went ahead and pre-selected 2 cards for you already. This is going to set the theme for your reading. But here's the first card we have for you. Cool. It says mortar and pestle. It says integration, subtlety, thoroughness. Is this upright? Okay, it's in reverse. Okay, whatever this, it feels like there's some sort of change that's coming. Some sort of shift. Whatever it is, it's not going to be subtle is what I'm hearing. Okay, so I definitely feel that. Here's the second card we have for you. It says snow, it says rest, contemplation. Is this upright? I'm getting the sense that there's something that has been, the word I'm going to use here is dormant, or it's been sort of, the rest is coming through as like at rest, or it's almost like, I don't know if it's not quite neglected. That's not their word for it. It's just been something I feel like that's been in the background. And I feel like there's something that shifts or changes. There's a change that's coming. They're showing me the winds moving here. It's like the winds coming in with the snow. And all of a sudden, I feel like something that would have been kind of in the background. You see this like moon here. Yeah, again, that subtlety. There'd been something I think potentially in the subconscious realm for you. Again, it may have just been kind of running or operating, like something that had just been like ongoing, and then suddenly it comes up, and I'm seeing them shake this mortar and pestle now. It's like shaking, and they're showing me all of the herbs kind of shaking out. It's like, again, there's a shift that's coming that is not going to be subtle. Okay. Is there anything else? Yeah, give me a second here. There's a little more. This may coincide with a snowstorm for a few of you. That's a small section. Okay, that's it. All right, that's it. Okay, that wasn't much. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. So this reading applies for the next 2 weeks, whenever it's finding you. If for any reason you feel like that kind of intro doesn't resonate with you, that is okay. Feel free to check out one of the other readings I have up for you for one of your other signs that may be more emphasized right now. Okay, we're gonna get into it here, but I want to ask before we dive into like the what's actually shifting for you, because I really want to know what that is. Before we get into it, I am going to ask here what's going well. I want to see what's going well for you first over the next couple of weeks. Spirit, what's going well for Pisces? Ready? This card. That was fast. Okay, yeah, again, that was fast. I actually feel like this energy shifts pretty fast. Again, there's something where it feels like it just, yeah, it just like comes in all of a sudden. Okay, those two. Is this what's going well? Those three. Okay, so we have the Fool. Is that upright? Yeah, this is going to usher in some sort of new beginning. There's like, I don't even know if it's necessarily a new beginning, although I am hearing that for probably the majority of you. I think it's bringing in something new with it, whether you like it or not, actually, is what I'm hearing. The Four of Cups, yeah, that's exactly it. I feel like some of you are going to be in this energy where it's like, well, I wasn't expecting that. This isn't fully what I like had anticipated, or the outcome that I had wanted. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting the sense here, Pisces, that eventually it's going to be like, it's going to be a good thing that this kind of energy rolled through. You're not going to feel it at first. You're not going to feel it at first. I'm just going to be honest. Like, yeah. And I know it's like your birthday season too. So like, happy birthday to you. This is certainly an energy that, you know, I mean, it's life, it happens, but I just feel like, hey buddy. Hey buddy. Okay, so my dog's really going in on his paw, which he only does when we're like in the energy. So I think we're in it. Okay, yeah, I just don't feel like you're gonna like it, but I do feel like there's some sort of like new start. Ace of Wands on the other side of this. Again, it's kind of like a fresh energy. It kind of it's almost like when you start the engine of a car. Yeah, that's actually what's coming through. It's almost like you're starting the engine of a car here. There's some sort of fresh energy that like your spirit is handing you. But I just like passing the baton to you on something, like here's something to kind of work through. This is definitely coming in with a challenge. There's some sort of challenge here, okay? Some sort of difficulty that you're going to be navigating. Again, you can see kind of the energy you will be in as this comes in. I feel like it's, you know, spirit kind of handing this to you, and these are the feelings that you're just going to have kind of navigating through it. But I do get this sense, because this major arcana card came out of here, I do think on a much like kind of higher level, this is going to be a really good thing. I just don't think it's going to feel like it when it comes through, because I just feel like it's unexpected. There's something that shifts really suddenly. Now it's coming in with some like, it's a little bit of Tower energy, the Tower card, but I don't know if it's as earth-shattering as that card kind of looks. It feels like, again, it just there's definitely some changes coming in. All right, let's get into it further. I'm seeing 2121 on my clock, so that may be an angel number or when you want to look it up, Pisces. Okay. What is this, Spirit? What's on top? What is this like shift? This card? Okay. Oh. It says mushroom. Is this upright? Yes, and reverse. Okay. It says recycling. It says breaking down problems. It says mushrooms. Are you noticing the kind of like death tarot card, or I don't know, I would call it Scorpio energy because that's the card connected in, okay? To this right here, there's like a skull with like a moth or something on that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's definitely some sort of challenge that's coming up. We said the breaking down problems, they're showing the problems bit as underlined. Yeah, there's definitely some sort of challenge that's presenting itself. I mean, that feels really clear to me here. That feels really clear to me. So that's what's coming in. Almost as if it's being swept in with the snowstorm, if that's a metaphor, also potentially literal. for a portion of you who are watching this. Okay. Do you want me to see that? Okay, hold on. There's something they're showing me here around the mortar pestle card and this mushroom card. Oh, that's interesting, because they're both actually around breaking down. If you see the mortar pestle, it's like, again, you take the pestle to kind of break down or grind down the herbs, right? It's the same energy. There's something breaking down. Okay. I mean, I sense that there's like something is breaking down. So let's just say it. I'm just gonna call it what it is. Okay, that's the energy. It's almost like, here's an example coming through. It's almost like you own a house or something, and like something you thought had been working or was good or you didn't have to worry about, it just suddenly breaks. And you're like, well, what the hell? You know? But you know, this is a metaphor, okay? This is a metaphor for something. It's something that you thought had been working or running well breaks down. But I think this feels like an opportunity. Yeah, there it is. This is an opportunity for you to become more efficient. Okay, I'm also hearing fuel efficient for someone. For someone, it's around a car. Okay, and it may be like prompting you into making a decision to buy an electric vehicle, which may be something maybe you'd already been thinking about. Okay, that is so specific. That is like not for everyone. Okay, that is like one person who's watching this. Anyway, your spirit team is here. Okay, so there's that. It just feels like, but again, that's a metaphor. That's an example. So it's almost like that. I actually feel like this is a good thing, because I feel like what's happening is it's breaking down for you to somehow like, almost like the recycle is coming in with an element of like energy efficiency or sustainability. It's coming in as like becoming more efficient somehow. Once you have to kind of like work through this problem, and whatever sort of like upgrade, it feels like there's an upgrade here. Whatever sort of like upgrade, yeah, Ace of Wands, whatever kind of like upgrade you're gonna go through with this, yes, it's actually gonna be really well suited for you. And I think, again, on the other side, you're gonna be really happy that you actually like made these changes, even though I don't feel like this is something you necessarily wanted to do. It's interesting because they're showing the Ace of Wands is almost like the combustibility of using like a gas-powered like vehicle. Again, this is a metaphor. It's like a gas-powered like device. And then with the recycle card, it's almost like it's coming through as energy efficient. I hope this is making sense, because this feels really like specific. Parts of this feel specific in terms of some of the examples that are being used, but the energy is very general. It's like it's a metaphor for the situation you'll be navigating through, but a way to make this sufficient. Now, this could be potentially within like a connection. This could be like, again, a way that you have to like almost realign within the connection, so that way you are communicating and kind of operating at a sort of like higher level, at a level that's more aligned for you both. So I'm hearing that. It's possible this could be around a way that you're doing something at work. There may be a way that you're like reconfiguring certain components of what you're working on. So that way you have less kind of like to-dos. It's coming in with like a Virgo energy, so I'm I'm sensing that as well. So it's a little more automated, as an example. Okay, so there's that. This in general, this energy could be about literally anything. Okay, so like please apply this where it belongs for you. But yeah, I really sense that. So that makes a lot of it, like, okay. Yeah, this feels like an opportunity. Now, is it one that I think you're gonna have wanted? Not necessarily. Like to go through? Not necessarily. But I do feel like it's almost like something breaks down as a way for you to like see a better way to do it, if that makes sense. Okay, do you want this card? Okay. I was getting this energy from the start. Some of you are trying to like, is that right? Yeah, some of you are trying to, a small portion of you are trying to like revive or resuscitate a marriage. So that may have been affected, especially because we're in the kind of like Mars and Cancer energy right now. That may have been affected since Mars entered Cancer. So that could have been when some of these problems already started coming up. Some of you are already in this energy as you're watching this reading. For most of you, it's probably cropping up over the next couple of weeks or 2 weeks, but some of you are actually coming in with this energy. And so this may have been a long-standing issue that, again, has kind of just been in the background, but there's this energy of either needing to like, there's a resolution that wants to happen with this 10 of Cups in reverse, because 10 of Cups upright speaks to like happy home, happy family. You can see kind of the contentment and happiness in this card. It's like an emotional fulfillment, okay? And coming out in reverse, this is coming through as like, I'm just getting really strongly like a marriage that's broken down. And it maybe gets exacerbated by whatever, there's some event or something that triggers it. Again, there's a shift and it's not subtle, okay? And suddenly it's something where it's like, we either need to like work through this and figure it out and find a way to kind of upgrade this relationship to make it work for us both. Or, yeah, look at this, I can't even, it's in reverse, but I can't make this up. You see this Four of Wands? I was talking about marriage. Yeah, this is someone's marriage, okay? You see that? Yeah, it's coming out in reverse. So it's either like, we either got to figure this out or we need to, you know, go our separate ways. Okay, yeah, that feels really strong. Again, bringing you into the Four of Cups energy. This can be grief. It's gonna be grief. I feel like there's grief no matter what your situation is. You don't have to be necessarily going through that, you know, level of your relationship. Now this, again, it is coming through as a marriage for like most people here who may be watching this, but this also can be, this could be about any connection. This doesn't necessarily have to even be romantic, okay? This could be any connection in which there's a commitment or some sort of loyalty or something you've been loyal to. Yeah. Yep. Thanks, Spirit. They're confirming for me the Seven of Cups. They're confirming to me that there's a couple different scenarios here that are happening, so that makes sense. But I think it's also like pushing you into, yeah, it's pushing you into like understanding here. It's pushing you into understanding like there's a better way to do this. Again, this is a card of options. So there's like another option for this. There's another way to do this. It doesn't have to be this hard. Okay. Yeah. 10 of Wands. Okay. That makes sense. Spirit's saying, yeah, actually. Spirit is not saying otherwise. I think the interesting thing is it feels like this situation, either it just comes up because it's time, like something just shifts in the spiritual timing of things where it just comes in, or it feels like an event triggers it. Okay, oh, 1 second here. Okay, sorry about that. I got a phone call right in the middle of your reading, which I feel like you know, that was actually about my apartment stuff, and I'm signing the lease and all that. So that was that, which I'm really glad I caught. But I actually feel like it's part of this energy. It just kind of like, it's almost like a phone call comes in or something. You're like, oh man, here we go, you know. Or something that signals like a shift is happening. So yeah, I definitely feel that for you. Okay, so let's keep going in this energy. We also pulled the Three of Pentacles, and it's actually coming out in reverse. Yeah, there's some sort of breakdown in a connection here. Okay, because this is a card that can speak to connections. It can speak to like infrastructure. It can speak to like even templates you have, or it's kind of like the bones of something, okay? Because it does speak to like a foundation in a way, but it's almost like the bones of something that you thought for sure, like this can hold, like this, I don't know, pillar can hold all this weight of this building, and it just kind of like, it like doesn't, it just like, it comes to your attention that there are some weak spots that are in this like structure, whatever the structure represents. Again, this is a metaphor. Now this could be the metaphor for the connection, the relationship. Again, there are 3 people on here, there are people on here, so this is a card of connection. Threes can speak to that in tarot, okay? And I'm noticing a lot of these cards have like multiple people on them, right? Like our 10 of Cups, our 4 of Wands, our three of Pentacles here. So it just feels like, yeah, potentially for most of you here, this may be a breakdown in a connection. a breakdown in the communication within a connection. It doesn't have to be though. This could also be, like I said, maybe there's something happening. Again, this is a card of work. I sometimes read this as a card of work. Okay, so this could be something, again, happening at work where you realize, oh, that's not as efficient as it could be. There's some sort of like breakdown at a project, for instance, or something you're working on. And then you realize, like, I actually need to do some updates or make some updates here in order for this to like run smoothly next time, so we don't have the same like kind of structural support issues, if that's the metaphor that we had the last time. Okay, but I do get this sense here. There's definitely a breaking down that's coming through really, really strongly. I mean, it literally says that on this card. It says breaking down. Again, remember, this came out in reverse. Okay, but it says breaking down on it. So there's some sort of breaking down. This may be accompanied by an emotional breakdown. That feels like that's also here with this Four of Cups. That's feels very normal. I feel like Spirit is asking you to allow the energy to move through here, particularly if there are emotions that are coming with it. Allow that to move, okay? Allow that to move. That's exactly where it needs to go. And then I feel like there's a wanting to make updates here, whether that means you going your own direction, there's a need to do something different here to become more, again, energy efficient, okay? Because whatever this is, however it's been set up or structured up to this point, actually has been like kind of draining you in a way and taking away. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I see it. Sun in reverse. Look at this card. It's been taken away from this like sun. Yep. My dog's confirming that. It says healing energy, happiness, comfort, joy. The part that's really sticking out very strongly on this card is the happiness bit. I feel like this has been draining your happiness somehow, or draining the potential you have, the potential that's available rather for happiness and joy. Okay, but it actually feels like this actually feels uncomfortable, whatever this is. I think it's just been running in the background. Again, that moon energy is really strong. It's interesting, we have the moon from the snow card and we have the sun. It's like two different energies here. You see that? Yeah, it's almost like this is a little bit of summer energy and this is, or even spring, and this is like, you know, snow. It's just two different energies. And I feel like one of them's upright, this one's in reverse. Okay, I feel like you've been in a bit of like a metaphorical winter with this, and it hasn't really given you the warmth that you've needed, or the it just hasn't been, I don't feel like the support has been there the way that you've needed it to be, whatever this is. Again, this could be, like I said, about a work process. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what this ends up being for you, okay? But it feels like there's just this need for an update. An upgrade is trying to come through. So if I had to like kind of name this energy, I would definitely call it some sort of upgrade is trying to happen for you, Pisces. And the upgrades are not comfortable, let me tell you, because I'm going through one right now. Okay, right? I didn't realize up until probably a couple days ago. I was like, oh, that's what I'm going through. I'm going through an upgrade. Okay, in my going through like an energetic spiritual upgrade. With me moving my current location, I'm actually moving cities. It's a whole thing. So as a result of the Los Angeles wildfires, I was impacted by that. And so, yeah, I get a sense it's something a little similar in terms of like something kind of surprising comes through. You're like, I didn't realize that, you know, this is the way it's been operating, or some event is like triggered. It's kind of obvious. And there's just this like, okay, I can't do things the way I had been doing it, or whatever this is, it can't be used anymore. This way of operating or processing, or if it's this, the heater in your garage, I don't know, I'm hearing that. So like it can't work this way anymore. This card. Okay, they wanted all three. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Okay, so hold on. Which order? Hold on. Got my new little setup here. Redirect and my dog's going for it. So we have the Seven of Wands. So we got that. Is that upright? Seven of Wands. We got the Four of Wands again. Four of Wands in reverse. This is coming out in reverse. But this is, we now have the Four of Wands twice. This is definitely around a marriage. I mean, there's definitely some like committed relationships coming through here, committed connection of any sort. It could be to a job as well, okay? But there's something around commitment coming through really strong here, and there's some sort of breakdown in kind of the connection. Yeah, the Two of Wands is almost like this is about making a decision. This is around making a decision of which way you want to go. They're showing me the Two of Wands, Ace of Wands. Like which path do you want to take here? Where do you want to go? How do you want to move here? How do you want to direct your attention and your focus? And how do you want to like upgrade this energy in a way? Now the Seven of Wands is interesting because this is coming through with like, for some of you, is that it? Yeah, it's coming through with a bit of like boundaries energy, like maybe setting boundaries is a good first step. Okay, so that's definitely present. That's always like a good idea as a first step, especially if this is around something like a connection. Now, it doesn't have to be. Again, this could be like boundaries within your work or your work day or anything like that. So that's definitely here. Is there more to see here? Okay. Okay, so let's, I feel like that's, yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of the different scenarios, so apologies for the kind of like silence there. They're showing me, it's interesting. It's like this Seven of Cups is what I'm seeing. They're like, yep, this is, you know, this is what they're going through. This is, so I'm seeing the scenarios here, and it just, I feel like no matter what, there's some advice here. I do feel like the advice partially is to like, choose a direction with how you want to work with this energy. I think there's some sort of like choice that needs to be made here around how you want to work with this energy. That feels really, really strong. Like, how do you want to work with this energy, Pisces, given that this is either for some of you has already started coming up, has been coming up, or some of you are entering into this energy within the next couple of weeks. So for some of you, as the moon, again, the moon energy is really strong here, but like the new moon comes online. Okay. Okay. Yeah, do you have any advice? Extended? Okay, we're not going into extended, but I want to get some other advice for you. Let me see if there's any other advice here. I'm not doing too many extendeds this week just because I'm moving and I don't have full capacity for all that right now. But I did want to get these videos out for you all. I want to get these videos out, so. Okay. And it's giving me a break. Moving's tough, y'all. All right, so let's see here. Any last advice? Last advice for Pisces. Yeah, two of cups in reverse. Yep, it's a breakdown. It's a breakdown. Yeah, but I think the potential, there's an opportunity here for you to like realign with yourself. So this may be what they're showing me is the Two of Cups in reverse, as in maybe there's a breakdown with someone or something outside of you, or an event or whatever it is outside of you, and then it's almost like by allowing that energy to break down the way it needs to, you come more into alignment with yourself. It's almost like you kind of like move from this dark orb here and you kind of upgrade. This is also, they're showing me like some sort of oh, that's okay, they're showing me the eclipse as well. They're showing me an eclipse. So this could also it could be energy that permeates through and is colored by the upcoming Pisces eclipse. I actually think this is one of the themes you're gonna, yeah, okay, I hear it. This is gonna be one of the themes that you're in moving through the eclipse windows, okay? Because technically this new moon is kind of a little bit of one of the openings into the eclipse window for you. So for whatever reason, it is in this reading, okay? Yeah, it feels very personal to those of you who are watching this. Okay, so anything else? All right, I think we're good on that. So I sense there's another message here around like being gentle with yourself as you're going through. This does feel like it's going to be an upgrade. Now, it's not going to feel like it as you're going through it, because a lot of times when we go through upgrades like this, there's a breakdown that's involved first, okay? Something has to kind of break down for us to see we need to do that upgrade. It's almost like, you know how like your phone breaks or something and you're just like, or your phone stops working and you're just like, oh, I gotta go in a new phone, you know, I gotta update it, you know. Or it's almost like another example coming through is like you had been using your phone and then, you know, you'd been using it for so long and you hadn't replaced it, and the operating system, like it's just no longer like compatible, the new one, with your the version, the hardware of your phone. Okay, so it's almost like that, where you're kind of like being pushed into an upgrade here. And so I feel like there's a real encouragement to like kind of like work with this energy, just kind of go with the flow of this energy here. I think for some of you, you are, no matter what, gonna come through this challenge upgraded. Okay, there's going to be an upgrade on the other side of this. That's very strong here with the Fool energy. It's going to feel new and really good. I'm also seeing the Sun card upright, but I do sense all of the kind of like, you know, something's kind of got to break down. And a lot of times it's what happens. Things break down and then we're like, oh, now I need to upgrade this, right? I feel like or I need to update this. That's exactly what this feels like. It's just one of those things where you're like, well, that thing broke down. I guess I got to get that fixed, you know, and maybe I should look at more efficient ways to do this. And Spirit's definitely encouraging that, okay? There's definitely some healing that wants to come through this, and maybe it's in the ways that you're in connection, in relation. Maybe it's part of your like attachment style. I'm hearing that. There's some updates that want to come through for that will allow you to just do it better. I mean, that's the only way I would describe that. Do it better, and just so you're more in alignment with you, okay? Happier, more joy, peace, comfort, all the things that we want with that Sun energy. All right, Pisces, so we have approached the end of your reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull an oracle card to close us out. I like to open and close my readings with an oracle card. Normally I would do that in the extended. However, we don't have an extended today because Spirit and me in my body. We're gonna move on to the next reading, but let's go ahead and grab you a final oracle card, and we're gonna read from the guidebook. Okay, one more. Hold on. One more time. Ready? Yep. Yeah, totally. That makes perfect sense. Okay, here it is. That's funny because I had been, anyway, this is, I had a preparation, I had like a build up to your reading. So this actually energy aligns exactly with what I had searched right before starting your reading. I'd been searching birth, the sign language. I don't know why. I actually don't even know why. I'm realizing that was for your reading. I just randomly searched it because like that's what came through from Spirit. But it was sign language for birth. So that's actually what this is about, the crowning. I love how Spirit works like this. It's crazy. It's honestly, it's so cool. It's so cool. It says initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. That's exactly it. This is some sort of like breaking down to like open up to something new here. It just feels like there's that's so crazy. I searched that right before this. But yeah, that feels right. That's how I know this is definitely your card. So you're going through some sort of rebirth here, Pisces. And I just feel like it's an upgrade. It's an upgrade. Okay, so let's go to the crowning. Oh, here it is. Page 74. Okay, here we go. There comes a time when the flower knows that it can no longer remain in the protective constraints of the bud. Somehow, it needs to trust in the birthing energy and surrender to the unknown of the bloom. The same birthing energy exists within all of nature, and in birth, both physical and metaphorical. It's an initiation for the mother as well as the child, who transitions from the water world of the womb to a whole new one on earth. This is a card of crossing thresholds and walking through the gates of initiation, which requires great courage and faith. There are rolling contractions, and it's almost always not straightforward. As we transition from one thing to another, we're called to burst through the constraints of the seed and the certainty of the bud so that something new can bloom from within. We are always birthing something, and deep inside, we know that the only way to surrender to the initiation is to surrender to the innate power within. This power is inner, but it's also connected with the intelligence that exists within all of life. It's the same energy that tells flowers when to bloom, and it was present when you grew in your mother's womb. Trust in that. It will carry you through. Surrender to what's wanting to be born through you. Life is always trying to initiate us into even more of who we truly are. And the soul inquiry is, how is life trying to initiate you? Yeah, I really love this because I just feel like it aligns perfectly with your energy, Pisces, because you are the like cosmic womb. Okay, so that's how I know this is definitely your card. Okay, so that's definitely it. I almost said surrender in when I was talking about the recommendation to just kind of like go with the energy. Okay, because that's actually that's making sense to me now. Why it's almost like there's kind of like a flow. Go with the rolling contractions. Go with that. Like go with the energy that's coming and that's here for you. Okay, but it feels like this is some sort of fresh start, new beginning, initiation you're going through. So that feels really present here. There was something else that came through here as well. Hold on. Yeah, I just feel like there's something here, the crossing of threshold. It just feels like this new moon feels like it's going to be connected in with the theme, or whatever this is connected in with the theme of your eclipse window coming up here, Pisces. So it feels like this may be something you're working through. Now it may be kicked off by like the heater going dead in the middle of the winter snowstorm, but I think it points to like some deeper structural issues that's either within your connection or within a commitment of any sort that you have, or any event outside of you. And I feel like it ushers in some sort of change and some sort of upgrade that's needed. But I am wishing you a lot of luck and love with this energy, Pisces. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me to get additional support throughout this process, like feel free to check out my website. That's in the description box below. So that actually helps me as well because I'm going through a move right now as a result of the Los Angeles wildfire. So any support you can give by booking a personal reading is actually really great for me as well. But I feel like Pisces, this feels like a really big shift coming up. I don't know what it is. And again, it could be triggered by something small, but I think it just like kind of cues off something else that needs to be reworked here. It feels like there's something that needs to be reworked. And like I said, it feels like an upgrade is coming. All right, Pisces. Well, I will see you at your next reading, and hopefully I will see you on the other side of my upgrade, and I hope you're starting to move through yours by the time I see you at our next reading. But I'm wishing you, like I said, a lot of luck and love and surrender to this process. I mean, that is so absolutely here. It actually is the theme for a lot of the water readings right now, the water signs rather. So you're definitely in that energy as well. But yeah, I will see you then. All right, have a good one. Bye for now.